on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? Whew, God, the wind's been coming back here to the trail. A little windy today, but nothing we can't handle. I hope your brand new week has started off on the right foot, on the right note, however you want to say it. I hope you're feeling amazing, just like I am, and if you're not, stick around. I'll make sure by the time this show ends that you will feel incredible. And you will love yourself 10 times greater than you already do. Because that's what I'm all about here in my neck of the woods. This is phenomenal today. Phenomenal. Got a couple people that are walking their dogs. I'm just trying to avoid them because dogs, when they don't know you, they want to sniff you and make sure that you are A-okay, right? Another great topic here to discuss today regarding communication and guys communicating better with women. Because let's just face it, I'll just start off by saying this. Most guys today suck at communicating with women and pretty much suck at communicating with anyone. A lot of it has to do with the way men have been raised over the last 30 to 40 years. And it's just really, really sad. I continue to just see how crappy men communicate, especially when it comes to, dealing with women that they're trying to date, they're dating, or they're married to, etc., right? A lot of men feel the need to be in control 100% of the time and to dictate every single thing that their lady does. And quite frankly, that's not right and that's not healthy. And even back in the days of traditionalism, men didn't treat their women that way. I mean, why would any man have wanted to, or would have wanted to marry a woman that didn't have a say in the marriage, that he didn't truly love and she didn't truly love him? I mean, today it's just gotten pretty bad where many men, I'd say the majority, I'd say more than at least half of men out there feel the need to be controlling 100% in their relationship with women. And in my opinion, and maybe yours as well, especially if you're a woman, I consider that to be abusive behavior. It may not be physical abuse, but it's mental abuse and it's verbal abuse. A lot of guys think that as long as they don't lay their hands on women, that it's not abuse. No, it is abusive to verbally, mentally, and emotionally abuse women. Women are very vulnerable biologically. And many men nowadays, because they're weak, needy, desperate, and insecure and pathetic excuses of men, like to prey on the vulnerabilities of women because they're pathetic and weak themselves. And I want to help you guys out there that are real men, or if you want to become a real man, overcome this and not feel the need to belittle your woman or women in general, to feel good about yourself. There's nothing manly about a man belittling a woman or abusing a woman in any way, shape, or form, mentally, emotionally, physically, or anything. There's nothing manly about a man that does that to a woman. That's pathetic and weak beta female dog behavior. I've got some birds that are just hanging out with me on the trail. Look. Like, they're just hanging out and they're walking with me. Look at this. And one's turning around. Ooh, I think they're on a date. Are you on a romantic first date? I think they know me by now. They know I'm the dude that broadcasts live from the trail. And I'm going to tell you folks, sometime this week, my lady and I are going to do a show together. We've already talked about it. Right here on Coach Eli 2, Authentic Live Streams. We're going to do a show, regarding, how men take advantage of women online. There are lots of men out there on the internet that are abusing women. And again, preying on their vulnerabilities, their emotions, right? They lead these women to believe that they're going to get something great if they hang out with these men or support these men, right? And so then they get love bombed by this guy. I'm waiting for some people to pass on by. And after they get love bombed, they feel comfortable, let their guard down, and that's when these men flip the script or flip the switch. And what's even more disturbing to me, regarding what I've seen many men do to women online is they exploit the vulnerabilities of disabled women or mentally handicapped women. Any man that would succumb to exploiting the weaknesses of innocent, handicapped women as their way of getting attention is preposterous and ridiculous. Hey, NC is Queen. Oh, sorry, it's not NC, it's Queen. I thought it was NC is Queen, but it's not. My lady and I are going to be doing a show, like I said, very soon. And we're going to discuss this. It's going to be about a 2-hour-long show. And we've got a lot to talk about. Because what she's seen on social media over the past 10 years and what I've seen over the last 5 to 10 years and the way that these men are degrading women for no reason. These women have done nothing wrong. They just want to participate. They just want to have their say. Just like these men have their say. These women want to have their say, right? Some men are just not strong enough to be able to even have a friendly back and forth with a woman. You know why? You want to know why these guys are afraid to have a conversation with these women and the reason why they feel the need to belittle them and prey on their vulnerabilities? Because these guys are not strong enough mentally to outwit the woman in a conversation. They know the woman will destroy them in a logical conversation. Even though women are more emotional, women have risen up and they're stronger than ever before and they're standing up for themselves. And these weak, pathetic men nowadays don't like that. They don't like it because it exploits their weakness of being weak as a man. weak and pathetic. And when my lady and I do this show, we're going to have some other announcements to bring forward regarding how we're going to help other people, deal with, online bullying, cyberbullying, and harassment and all that, because, social media platforms don't do a damn thing about it. The police don't do a damn thing about it. The FBI doesn't care about it till someone's dead. That's the problem, right? The problem, we have these bullying and harassment laws, these online cyberbullying and harassment laws, and they don't mean a damn thing. They don't. They don't, because no one wants to waste any resources on them until it's too late, right? They call these things, it's a YouTube beef, it's a Facebook beef. It's just people having a moment on the internet. But see, what these people don't realize, especially when it comes to women that are naturally more emotional, and respond to everything emotionally more so than men, at least normal men, right? Some people have taken their lives over this stuff, right? Some people have taken their lives over things that have been said and done to them by other people online, just trying to play a prank or get attention, right? Or make money off of it, right? I keep, it's a little windy, folks. I hope you can hear me. I keep talking about the Hunter Moore story that I saw, I think it was on Netflix with my lady last week. He's been dubbed the most hated man on the internet, right? And there are lots of wannabe Hunter Moores on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and TikTok and all that. There are a lot of wannabe Hunter Moores out there looking to exploit the vulnerabilities and weakness of women and just other people in general, even some men too, right? The bullying and harassment online has gotten really, really, really bad. It's gotten really, really bad. I've been bullied and harassed. I'm not coming out here and playing the role of the victim. I'm here standing up for myself and trying to help other people that are bullied and harassed or being bullied and harassed. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to put up with it. You can just walk away from it. And come join a group of people here in Coach Eli's clan, because we are going to take a stance against bullying and harassment once and for all. And I will announce some news when my lady and I do this show on right here on Coach Eli 2 that I've been talking about, this show where we're going to go into more detail about how women are being abused on the internet. I'm going to share with you what we're going to be doing soon down the road to advocate for people that are victims of cyberbullying and harassment and abuse. If the police aren't going to do it, if the FBI that is in charge of the cybercrimes division doesn't do it, right? Someone has to take a stance, right? I want to get this to a level where I get connected internally with YouTube, and we help YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and TikTok and other online sites. We want to help these social media providers by bringing to their attention what's really going on on their platforms that they're not seeing. Because they're either just not seeing it, or they're so overwhelmed or they're making so much money from this type of content that they just let it slide, right? It is time, folks, to take a stand and not let this shit slide anymore. Give me a second. It is quite windy here today. Whoa. Bear with me, folks. I hope you can hear me. Let me pull off the side and let this gentleman walk on by. Now, I want to make something very, very clear here. Extremely clear to the primary audience I still feel is watching my streams and my videos. This is not a direct attack on any one particular person. This is something that's happened to multiple people by multiple people. I know there are some people that are watching me because they're fixated on one particular person, and that's not what we're here to talk about. This has to do with much bigger things happening than that. This is a serious issue that we need to address and we need to handle, because there are women out there that feel scared to go on the internet because of how some of these men are exploiting them. Yeah, that's what's happening. The women are being scared to come out on the internet, which is their right to come out and participate, but these men are exploiting women's weaknesses. And I'm not saying that women are weak. I'm saying we all have weaknesses, male and female, and these men have mastered how to exploit these women's weaknesses because these men are pathetic and weak themselves. These men are weak men. Weaklings. And some of these men have responded to me out here on YouTube, right? And what do? They make fun of me because that's all they're capable of doing. Because they can't admit themselves that they're pathetic and weak. And they thrive off of manipulating and abusing other people to feel good about themselves, right? That's not the most masculine characteristic on the planet. It's not masculine at all. Folks, before we get to today's topic here, I'm going to save the rest of what I was talking about here at the beginning of the show for the show that my lady and I do. We don't know when it's going to be, sometime this week. Just make sure you're subscribed here on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams. Bang the bell, select all notifications, and you'll know when we go live. You're not going to want to miss that show. So let's get right to it here. Let me reset the chat. I'll be right back in just a second. All right, we are back live. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? Welcome to the show here. Thank you again for your super chat the other day. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is episode number 349. Episode number 349. And the topic of today's show is, guys, here's how to better communicate with your lady. One more time. Guys, here's how to better communicate with your lady. And speaking of the devil, my devil, Hey, babe, how you doing? Respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Hey, babe, you're actually watching the show? I thought you were resting, but you're here. Love you, babe. I try to give my lady a break, a rest. I respect her. I don't want to overwhelm her, right? But she's always here. And what's there not to respect about that, right? Let me pull up this side. We've got some people coming here. So we're going to be discussing, guys, how to better communicate with your lady. I've talked about this many times throughout many streams and videos. And I still see many guys struggling out there. Can you folks hear me okay? It's kind of windy out here. You show up as number 6 on my feed. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting us know. We appreciate it. Babe, can you let me know? Is it coming through okay? It's a little windy. I hope my windscreen is doing a good job of blocking out the wind, or most of it at least. All right? Any day now, babe. I'm just kidding, babe. Anyway. So how can you guys out there better communicate with women? Because a lot of you guys are complaining that women are impossible. Women are too damn emotional. Women whine and complain about every little thing. Women do this, women do that. If that's the attitude you're going to have, then you're going to be a lonely, miserable, and single man forever. Unless you learn to understand this. And if you can even get a woman not understanding this, you're not going to be able to keep her around unless you understand this. And I've talked about this one key principle when it comes to women that you guys need to freaking understand more than anything else. Yeah, I say that women are emotional beings and they respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. That's true. But to make it even more clear, the only thing that matters to women is how they feel right now, all the time, 24/7. Now, I'm not saying they don't care about other times, but not as much. But I'll simplify it for you guys. Your woman doesn't care about yesterday, doesn't care about tomorrow, doesn't care about next week, doesn't care about 2 months ago. She cares about one thing, how she's feeling right now in the present moment. All the time, 24/7, 365. That's all that matters. If you're going to learn to understand that, then you're going to have a good woman in your life. Is it going to be easy? No, because their emotions rise and fall like the sea. But at least you're going to learn to better understand your lady's emotions, and you're going to learn to better respond to your lady and communicate with your lady. You know, when I was growing up, I'm 48 years old now, right? When I was like in my teens and early 20s, let's go early 20s, that's almost 30 years ago, 28 years ago, right? Well, let's go 30 years ago when I was 18. When I was 18, men back then still knew how to communicate with women, you know, how to have a conversation with women. I'm not saying there weren't any losers back then. There always have been losers, but the majority of men 30 years ago when I was 18 were a lot better communicators than the men of today, right? And you know, my lady's been telling me, lay off the millennials for a little while, Eli. I'm going to do my best, baby, but think about it. 30 years ago, babe, you remember when you were 17 at that point, because you're about a little over a year younger than me, right? About a year, not quite a year and a half, but a year and a quarter of a year younger than me. So 1.25 years younger than me, okay? we grew up around the same time, so you remember back in those days how much better guys communicated. Yeah, there were some duds still too, but there were more guys that knew how to approach women, how to communicate with women. There were more gentlemen back then, right? And over the last 30 years, let's see, the oldest millennial is 40 years old. Back then, when I was 18, they were 10. When I was 18, they were 10. So they were too young. The millennial men were too young to even date. They hadn't gone through puberty yet, right? But what started happening when I was about 28 or 30 years old? I'm looking back now at my history, right? Because when I started getting into my early 30s, women have always been guarded, but they started becoming more and more guarded as I got into my mid-30s. It started getting more difficult in my mid-30s to easily connect with a woman, go on a date, and see where it goes, right? And if I look back now, knowing what we know about the millennial generation and the millennial men, right? The oldest millennial when I was 28, the oldest millennial, let me get this straight here. When I was 18, they were 10. When I was 28, they were 20, right? So they were getting to the point of where they were getting mature, or at least supposedly getting mature, and old enough to date and start, being a productive member of society, right? And as I got through my 30s, I started to notice more and more women when I was talking with them in the same ways I would always talk with women I met in the past and successfully dated, right? Women started becoming more guarded, more jaded. They stopped taking chances, or as many chances. They started really to put their guard up high. They started to say, oh, we just don't trust men, or men are just not men anymore. That's what was happening. And I didn't understand what was going on. And it frustrated me because I was always the same decent dude. I always took care of myself. I've always been a great communicator. I've always been down to earth, right? But more and more women were becoming more and more guarded, even with good guys like me. And it wasn't just me. A lot of my friends that were decent guys, and still are decent guys to this day, were noticing the same thing, right? But who the hell knew what was happening? I see the chat coming through on the stream here. Let me see. Hello, Sarosa Cooper. And hello, Autism Mom to 2. Are you talking about your experiences with women? Because I don't think you can talk for all women. Well, ma'am, I'm not speaking on behalf of all women. I'm speaking in general what happens to the majority of people. I'm not quite sure, what type of question you're asking there, but feel free to ask it. Sarosa Cooper, have a nice day. Don't ask stupid questions on my show. And you know what I mean by that. So, Autism Mom to 2. And your screen names are all familiar, just so you folks know. I'm not a dumb shit. If you ask honest questions, I'll answer them. You ask stupid questions, you're gone. I'm not understanding. Autism Mom to 2. Do you have autism, ma'am? Or do your kids have autism? Can you be a little more specific? I'd be happy to answer your questions. So we're living in a modern world where I feel one of the most major issues is communication. Men do not know how to communicate anymore. My kids have autism, I don't. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of autistic people out here on YouTube, and they're really great people. There's a blind YouTuber I've known for a while. His name is RJ Sandifer. He's blind and autistic. He has Asperger's, form of autism. And there are some other YouTubers I know, too many to mention. But they're very high functioning, and they're actually very good people. When, other people that don't have autism aren't preying on their vulnerabilities and using them for content, ma'am. That's what a lot of people do. I've been talking a lot about, and I'll talk more about this on the stream I do with my lady I was mentioning at the beginning of my show here today, regarding, women being abused online. They are being abused online. They are. And my lady and I are becoming advocates for it. I've always been an advocate for it. And there are men being abused too. And I'm an advocate for those men as well. But it's more so happening to women. Because these pathetic, weak men, primarily millennials, are exploiting these women's vulnerabilities for content. And it's just really pathetic. And these women just sit on there, and hey everyone, you here and really liking what I'm hearing. Roddy Gal. Well, if you're truly new here and you're a real person and not trolling, yeah, feel free to share your thoughts. I think men never were able to communicate, at least the ones I have come to know. Autism Mom of 2, if it's not too personal, can you roughly let me know how old you are? Are you in your early to mid 30s, early to mid 40s, late 20s, late 30s, late 40s? I only ask because, there are generational differences in the modern world that are affecting our communication styles and the way that we bond and connect with each other. Again, I'm not trying to get too personal, but I can't share my feedback unless I know a little bit more of what you've kind of been dealing with, If I had to assume, you're probably somewhere between your late 20s and late 30s. Because if you're talking about men not being able to communicate, it started with the millennials primarily. I'm very intrigued as to how I can find a guy such as yourself, an alpha, if you will. Your lady seems quite happy. Well, I think you're trolling and just trying to... Baby, if you think that account is trolling, can you go ahead and ban them? I'll let you decide that. Nope, I'm in my late 40s. Okay. And, how old have the men been that you've been, talking with? Are they in their, early 40s, late 40s, 50s, or are they in their 30s? Like, primarily, what age range of men do you date or attempt to date? Now, there are a lot of men that are Gen Xers like me. Well, not a lot, but some that, behave like the millennials. So, from what I've noticed, dealing with people, from all over the U.S. and all over the world, there are different demographics everywhere. And you also have to look at, how serious people take politics. Conservative men are going to behave differently than liberal men, right? Right? And then there's the alternative right, the Trump supporters. If you're trying to deal with a Trump supporting type of man, good luck, ma'am. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to criticize anyone's political party preference. I'm just saying there are different types of men out there that have different types of beliefs in relationships. And a lot of that is based on their political views. And so that's something that I share with people to take into consideration before deciding to go on a date with somebody or, starting to get serious with someone. You know what I mean? Almost at the end of the first half of my walk here. I'm getting closer to the observation deck. I'm not going to go up to the observation deck today again because I got some things to do later tonight and I got to turn and burn and get things done. It's been a crazy long day already, and it's gonna be longer, but it's gonna be worth it. So while I wait for some more comments here in the chat, guys, here's the key to having a better relationship with your lady. Listen more and talk less. And for a guy like me that loves to talk probably more than all women, like I talk a lot. Like most men speak about 2,000 words per day, and most women speak about 8,000 words per day. I think I speak about 15 to 20,000 words per day. I just love to talk. I've always been a talkative type of guy. That's why I could do hour-plus long walking streams every day and just talk and talk and talk. I love it. I love talking with people, engaging with people. I enjoy this, right? But you got to listen more than you talk sometimes. Sometimes you talk more, sometimes you listen more. When it comes to women, you got to learn to listen a little bit more than talk. And I'll tell you, that's been a struggle I've had all my life. And even with my current lady. But I will tell you this. We're going to turn and burn. For those of you that are new here, I'll show you the observation deck another time. It's beautiful up there. I was actually asking, your relationship dynamic intrigues me. It seems rather antiquated. No? Like, what do you mean by that? Be more specific. Are you saying that my relationship is kind of old school, or can it be a little more specific with what you're asking? I'd be happy to share with you. My lady and I are very, very transparent. There are ways to keep a lady quiet, just saying. Well, that's great, and I appreciate that, sir. I'm sure you're kind of semi-trolling here. You guys like to have some fun and throw in those snarky remarks, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. But today, earlier I was talking with my lady, and I just said, you know what? I've been trying to get through to her about some things regarding the business out here. Jenny Sandler's laughing, huh? Hey, thank you, Jenny. Appreciate it. You seem really cool, Jenny. My lady likes you too. I'm glad you're getting some value here. There's a lot more to come between both of my channels, and starting tomorrow I'm going to be creating some more YouTube shorts and pre-recorded content on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, and I'm about sharing the link every 7 minutes, so check it out. And if you'd like, subscribe to that as well. Bang the bell and select the notifications so you don't miss anything the moment I release it pre-recorded or the moment I go live. Thanks again for being here. So I said, you know what? I said, screw it. You know what? I'm a stubborn guy. I work hard. I believe in myself. My lady's now helping me run the business. We're 50-50 partners. I'm going to shut my big damn Greek mouth up, and I'm going to just listen to her for like 20, 30 minutes straight. I'm not going to interrupt her. And if she pauses, I'll just say, hey, let me know when you're done. I want to hear everything you have to say. That's all I did. And she talked for like 20 minutes straight. And I just sat there and I listened intently, and I was focused. I really, really wanted to tune in to how, and let me make this clear, guys, I really wanted to tune in to how she was feeling, because that's all that matters to women, is how they're feeling. And if you don't listen to what they say and you interrupt them, you're not going to know how they're feeling. And then they're going to think you don't give a shit about their feelings, even if you do, because you interrupt them, right? I can't even see. The sun's blinding me. Witchy Nicole, you are actually you support a group that we're not that fond of. Just being honest with you. If you're here to participate respectfully, have your say. But if you're here to troll or you make some comment that we deem to be trolling or attacking, we're going to let you go. But hey, just know, I know who you are. Welcome to the show. Just keeping it real. Hey, Sandra Palacio. Autism Mom to 2 says, I think you and your lady should have a debate about men and women communication in a relationship. Well, we can have a conversation on it. That sounds like a good idea. Maybe we'll do that sometime this week. Thank you for the suggestion there. And like I've said before, I don't believe in debating. I think debating is attacking. I think discussing things is a more mature and respectful way of doing it. See, when you do debates and stuff, that instigates drama, and we don't want to instigate drama. We want to have a civil, respectful conversation. Now, don't get me wrong, even those civil, respectful conversations, they can get a little heated at times because we all have emotions, men and women, right? But I would be happy to do or have a discussion with my lady regarding communication in relationships. Absolutely. And we also want to get more people involved. We want to get more people to tune in or to actually join us on the panel. So if anyone is interested in joining us on the panel at some point, and we only want to bring maybe 1 or 2 people on at the same time, we're not looking to have these big drama discussion panels. We want to give people a voice. So I'll bring myself, my lady on, and 1 or 2 other people every now and then and talk about this. And again, just letting you folks know that we have a 1-minute delay on the stream. So if you try to porn bomb us we'll just dump the delay and it'll never go out there, and then we'll boot you off the StreamYard, and then we'll block you off the StreamYard and your channel. So I'm not worried about people porn bombing me anymore. I could add a 2 or 3 minute delay. And if you try to porn bomb us, we'll just cut out the last 3 minutes of the show. It'll never go out to YouTube. Oh yeah, that beautiful plane. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to let these people pass real quick here. Let me read some chat messages. Laura Fleming, are you ignoring my comments? You only have 13. You only have 13 in chat, so how do you miss them? Ma'am, you're trolling, or you're probably a dude. That's the first message I've received from you. And maybe you said some words that Nightbot didn't like. And I don't appreciate your attitude, Laura Fleming stock account, so you're out of here. I look forward to the stream with that conversation, Eli. Thanks. You're welcome, Autism Mom to 2. Yeah, I think you've been here before, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. It's been a while. I always respond respectfully, but I do understand. I do understand your standpoint. Serious question. What are your feelings about talking during the deed? Are you talking about talking to your woman during sex? I mean, to each its own. Some people talk, some people don't. Most people usually will talk. The man and the woman will usually talk. It feels good, right? And when you communicate how good you feel like to your woman, it's going to turn her on more. And when she says you're making her feel good, it's going to turn you on more. I mean, that's kind of an obvious question, brother. Maybe you just want to have some fun. You want to be entertained by Coach Eli. That's fine, bro. I think you know the answer to that one. Yes, I love the dirty talk. I think a lot of us. Hey, Sandra. Sandra, how you doing, sister? Hey, Sandra. I want to talk with you behind the scenes, and I want to consider bringing you back as a moderator here, because you've always been reasonable, and I know you're a real person. And I don't know if you're open to coming up on some panels, Sandra, with my lady and I at some point. My lady would really like that. She's said some things about you after I told her who you were, because you've been coming around for a while, and I've known you for years. But my lady wants to get to know you better too. Huh. There is nothing wrong with passionate conversation during lovemaking. I think it heightens the relationship. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I do. All right. Folks, real quick here, before I continue, please smash the thumbs up, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please also share this out on your community tabs, channels on YouTube that have 500 subscribers or more. Get a community tab about a week after you hit the 500 subscriber mark. So please share this out. Share it out on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn's a great place to share things now. They become more of a social network than just a business network. Twitter's a great place to share things out. Reddit, another great place to share things out. Instagram, or anywhere else where you have an audience of people that you feel would benefit from this content. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, humbly speaking, anyone and everyone can benefit from positive, uplifting personal development. Your thoughts on toys? I'm a fan for sure. Oh, dude, listen. Now you're just, I think you're trolling, dude. And I'm not gonna sit here and appease, your comments in the chat to entertain yourself or other people, bro. So, I'm gonna have to let you go. That's just. No, you're just trolling, okay? And I don't have time for that shit. I don't. What is the best concert you have ever attended? That has nothing to do with the topic. Let me ask you something, ma'am. Excuse meow. What does that have to do with the topic today or anything we've been talking about? That's a random question. Just curious to know. Let's see here. Got all the usual suspects coming on the trail. I'm gonna come off the side and wait for this dude to pass on by. Because I think music really brings couples together. Yeah, man, but you're not even asking something remotely close to the topic here today. That's all I'm saying. Don't you think, Autism Mom the 2 says, don't you think social media dampers communication between men and women, or does it help? That's a great question. Let me get back on the trail here and share my thoughts with you. I think there are good and bad aspects, or I feel there are good and bad aspects of social media. And it all depends on how you use it. Thank you for moderating the chat, babe. You got the chat, babe, so I can just focus on the show. You got it, right, baby? Oh, my woman is incredible. Love this woman. Let me see here. Babe, let me know if you got the chat. I saw you ban a few people. Do you have the volume low, baby, and you're watching something else other than my show? I'm calling you out, babe. So my thoughts about communication on social media. I honestly feel that people should communicate the same way on social media as they do in real life. I think social media should be an accurate depiction of who you are. But most people pretend to be something else because they feel they're not worthy enough to get an audience or get attention or make money, just being themselves. So they have to pretend to be something they're not, right? As far as texting, it is more personable to have a phone conversation or to talk with someone in person. But here's where I feel texting actually benefits people on dating apps when they're first starting to get to know each other. See, it takes a lot more energy to have a 1-hour phone conversation with someone than to text back and forth, because you can sit there, send a text, you can watch a show and respond to their response a half hour, hour later. You don't have to sit there and focus on a 1-hour conversation. Now, again, like I said, the best thing to do is to talk with someone on the phone and get to know them, right? But I think what texting is good for, Autism Mom to 2, is screening out people, right? When you're on a dating app and you connect with someone, you send some messages back and forth. And maybe talk back and forth for a day or two. That's up to you, right? All right, give me a second here. So you want to text back and forth for a day or two, and you want to ask some detailed questions through your texting. So you get to know the person, right? And because ladies like to write a lot more, ask some questions that you're curious to know about the guy. And then force him to write you a long response. And then wait and see if he responds to those questions and responds to you in detail. If that happens, ask him a few more questions over a day or two and see how well his communication style is. And so you could do that through texting. You can send 2 or 3 texts a day. You can go back and forth with someone every few hours. You don't have to sit there by your phone and wait for their response. And people may not respond right away, but typically people that are into you will respond within a few hours. Letha, I don't know who you are, but I get what you're saying, but this is who I am. I'm an honest, straightforward, decent, down-to-earth guy. I love everybody. I'm just straightforward. I'm no BS. And for some people, they can't handle that, because people that are going to criticize me for being too brash or harsh are people that need the most help. There are people that are projecting because they wish they could be as strong as myself. I'm just being honest with you, ma'am. I'm not trying to criticize you or anyone else, right? So I respectfully understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to change the way I am just because a few people think my style is hurting their fifis, right? I've been watching for quite some time now. She only asked a simple question, so that's why I said, here's the thing. There are people out here on YouTube, ma'am, I'm sure you know this. They're called trolls and haters. And I'm not trying to assume you're one. Who knows? Maybe you're one too. I don't know. Because people do dumb things on the internet, right? I have to, decipher who's worthy of responding to and who I'm going to block and who I'm going to let stay. It's a choice, right? And some questions are just too plain and stupid just to try to get a reaction, right? So if somebody gets banned here, it's because they're trolling, ma'am. People that are not trolling are going to stick to the topic, and they're going to ask reasonable questions regarding the topic. JN, with the Canadian $2 super chat, put me in for the panel. Male power. Oh, JN, thank you for the $2 super chat. How'd you find out about the channel? Light up the super chat, baby. Thank you. So, JN, that was a Canadian $2 super chat. Tell us a little more about you. The Heathen Jedi. That's you, Riff. The thing is, Eli, how are you going to grow if all new people are banned? Well, the thing, Riff, I'm sure that's you, Riff, my Greek buddy, right? Anyone with Jedi in there, you're a big Star Wars fan. I don't ban everybody, Riff. I only ban people that are trolling. Only ban people that are trolling. Or project. You project, you get the eject. You troll, you're gone too. There are some very, very civil and reasonable people chatting here right now, and they're not getting banned. And here's the thing. YouTube now allows you to put channel guidelines for your chat. I have 3 of them. Okay? No spamming, no trolling, no hating or attacking, right? That's it. Babe, I'll let you decide if Red Door Woman is a troll or not. You make the decision, babe. I trust you, baby. My woman has intuition, like I'll say, it's better than mine. Mine's damn good. My woman's instinct and intuition is, God, drives me crazy because she's good. That's why I'm with her. And I see value in my woman. HB and I are buddies. Okay, well, I don't know who HB is. You're HN and HB. All right, it's all good. Hey, it's YouTube. All right. All right. Hope your day's going good, says Grinning Ghost. Hey, welcome to the show, bro. Jenny Sandler says, I have everyone blocked except for Coach Eli. I am not interested in anyone else. I have been watching too, and he seems the most experienced to me. Well, Jenny, I really appreciate that. Let me respond to you very quickly there. First of all, I really thank you for your kind words and for the opportunity you've given my lady and I, and your support also as well. I don't expect, I don't expect donations or anything like that. But, you sent a $5 super chat the other day. It was unexpected, and it blew us away. And while it's not all about money, when people do throw down their hard-earned money, it makes a statement, and we appreciate you for that. We still appreciate you even if you didn't do it. But it does make a statement. And so, give me a second here. And so, I appreciate you saying we're the most experienced here. That's much appreciated. My lady and I will accept that with humility because we're humble people. But the other people you probably encountered, Jenny, and I'm not trying to be rude, are probably just drama kings, drama queens. They're people that just talk shit about other people, and they're not there to uplift people. They're there to attack and abuse and hate people and then make content out of that. And that's not what we're all about. I've never been that way. Yeah, I've had my moments, and look, we've all gone at people, right? When I came out here on YouTube many years ago, I went at some people, but I only went at them because they were coming at me, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And now I figured it out, I just ignore it and move on and try to help other people learn to ignore it, right? If I was a single man, I would be on this trail like for 3-4 hours a day. Just, never mind. Oh, wow. Well, sir, thank you for the super chat, but just because you super chat with money doesn't mean you're allowed to troll or put out hateful information. I'll take your money and have a nice day. Thank you. Give me a second here. I'm trying to. I have a minute slow mode in the chat, or I wouldn't be able to keep up. Hope your day is good. It is. Nicole says, Eli, in your opinion, do you think it is better to go out with your lady or stay in? My husband and I do not get out much, but it seems to make us closer than going out. I think a good balance of both is the best way to do it. Now, my lady and I, we used to, well, we still go out when we can, and I would prefer going out most of the time than staying in. Lately, my lady and I have been staying in because, she's, going through some things. She's, again, I'll say it, she's gone public on it, she's going through menopause. She's got hot flashes. And, I just want to be supportive of her. There are days that are better than others, and those days we go out and do things. And the days where she just needs a little more rest, we stay in. And I get to work on other things or do a walk on my own. And maybe we'll do a show later on that particular night from the studio. Or just watch a movie and snuggle up. It all depends on how you both are feeling, right? People go through things, especially when you get older, you're going to have, more medical issues you're dealing with. You're going to be dealing with more emotional things, more mental things, more physical things, right? So it's something you have to talk out with your partner. But in my opinion, I need to get out, at least once a day or so, or at least once every other day. That's why I get out and take these walks. Even if, my lady is not feeling like doing anything because of what she's going through, she'll stay home and rest, and I'll get out on these walks. Or go run some other errands or something. So it's just something you have to talk about with your partner and communicate what works best for you. But you got to be understanding to, each other's feelings, wants, and needs. If you're going to expect your man to understand your feelings, wants, and needs, which every woman expects that, right? Then you have to respect his as well. It's a two-way street. That's the problem in many relationships. Women expect the man to respect her feelings, wants, and needs, but then she doesn't give the same in return. And a lot of times some women don't realize that, because for women, it's all about how they're feeling all the damn time. And it's true. No disrespect to that. Just have mutual respect for each other and talk it out, and you'll figure out what works for the both of you. Whatever makes you both happy. But getting out is a lot healthier, in my opinion. You get out, at least take an hour or two walk each day. Get out for a little bit and do something. Get out and walk around your neighborhood. Hope that answers your question. I'll be right back. I got to reset the chat, folks. All right, we're back live. JN, thank you for the $2 Canadian Super Chat again. I don't know. Maybe we will go public whenever we get married. Maybe we won't. But that's something that we're not even talking about at this point. We're just doing our thing. Hey, Pablo, how you doing? Santa Palacio. Oh, holy cow, menopause. Hang on. Yeah, is that really you, guitar playing man? I think it is him. It looks very beautiful where you live. Yeah, I'm in Redwood City, California. I'm a female, Mr. Melas. I'm so sorry, Grim Grinning Ghost. My apologies. I'm sorry for assuming you were male. You do realize when you delete a super chat, it gets reversed, right? Nope, you're absolutely wrong about that. You're wrong. I've been on YouTube for the longest time. I've been full-time on YouTube for the last 6 years. This is my third monetized channel I've ever had. I've got another monetized channel. It's been monetized for 2.5 years, my main channel. Let me tell you something, ma'am. Deleting a super chat message does not remove the money. Even if you delete the stream, you still get the super chat. Once a super chat goes through, it goes through. That's the truth of the matter. And quite frankly, I wouldn't care if it even got reversed from someone that's just trying to take a stab at me. I don't really like to accept tainted money, ma'am. But I've learned to say, hey, money's money. If these people want to pay me to troll me, that's great. You want to pay me to troll me, even if it's a couple bucks. It's still a couple bucks, man. You know? But yeah, there's your answer. No, it does not get reversed. Just because you're a channel, if you're a channel member, or if you send a super chat, you're still bound by YouTube's community guidelines and my guidelines. It doesn't mean you can get away with talking shit because you super chat me. I'd rather you not. I'd rather you just save your money. Let me see here. Jenny Sandler says, I'm good managing to dodge the banhammer. Yeah, you are, Riff. I know it's you. Welcome back, Riff. Maybe you can come back. Maybe you're tired of all the BS, Riff. You let me know, bro. Jenny says, I just find you clear, concise, and coherent every time you go live. I may not agree with everything, but you seem like you have your stuff together. I appreciate that, Jenny. I really do. And look, the truth of the matter is this. I love everybody, good, bad, or indifferent. I love people. I'm the kind of person that's always had the save the world mentality. And my lady's the same way. That's why her and I work out. My lady and I both have the save the world mentality. But we know it's impossible. But we strive to do it each and every day. So just so you know where our head and hearts are at, it's we love everyone. And we're not trying to talk smack about anyone. And we're not trying to upset anyone with what we say. I'm the type of guy that likes to cut the crap and get to the point. I want to help people as quickly as possible so they can learn to love themselves more and accomplish whatever it is that they want to accomplish. I'm not the kind of guy that wants to sell you a 35-step program and charge you, $100 a step and then make $3,500 off of something where I can help you out in one shot. Most people I can help by answering their questions here on a live stream won't cost you a dime. And if it takes a personal coaching session for an hour, that's $79. I do half an hour for $49. My goal is to help people as quickly as possible and as cheaply as possible. I'm not here to drag things out. And then that's why, Jenny, and again, I respect your opinion and I understand where you're coming from. Maybe not agreeing with everything. And I don't expect you or anyone to agree with everything, but I get to the point as quickly as possible because A, I don't want to waste your time, and B, I don't want to waste your money. I want to treat you and everyone else the way I'd want to be treated. That's the way I look at the world. I treat people the way I'd want to be treated. It's such a simple concept that most people nowadays don't even know what the fuck it means, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated, right? Whoa, what's such a noble, simple concept, right? And my lady was telling me earlier today, she's like, maybe you should just stop talking about millennials. Why? That's the majority of my audience. Those are the guys that need the most help. And the women too. But I cater my content to everyone. It's just that the millennials, they changed everything. The truth of the matter is they changed everything. I love my lady too. Too few men use the phrase my lady. It's the one thing old school Britain's got right. Val Cartain. Welcome to the show. Lila Sharp. Hello, coach and chat. Yes, we know you're still here. Folks, please smash the thumbs up, whether you're here live or on the replay, and please share this out. And get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in about 10 to 12 minutes, getting to the end or towards the end of the trail here. What do you think of shared Facebook accounts? I think they're stupid. I think people are individuals and should have their own accounts. I think shared Facebook accounts are typically women doing that so they can keep tabs on their man and make sure their man doesn't go astray. Again, it's typically the millennial men and even some of the Gen Z men doing that, right? If you as a man or a woman feel the need to have a joint everything with your other partner, then you're really freaking insecure and you're not ready for a relationship. Give people some space. Give people some breathing room. Look, if people are going to cheat, they're going to cheat. JM, we don't have a shared bank account. If you must know, when the time comes for us to tie the knot, we will probably still have our individual accounts, but then we will also have a shared account where we each contribute to that shared account to pay the bills. That's the best way to do it. I still think that men and women, even if they get married, should have something separate. We should, you should let each other both know what's going on. Like, you want to be transparent, right? But I still feel that both men and women still need to come into a relationship or a marriage as individuals, right? And you're always going to be two independent individuals coming together as one to share each other's completeness together. It's not about completing each other. It's about coming into the marriage or relationship complete and sharing each other's completeness together. I mean, I've learned that from Coach Corey Wayne many times. Coach Corey Wayne is a coach I respect the most out here on YouTube. He's a great guy. Subscribe to him if you haven't. Coach Dan Bacon, who hasn't put a lot of content lately, he's from Australia, but Dan Bacon is a great coach too. I respect those two guys the most. I've learned a lot from them over the last 5+ years, and all the additional personal development I've done, decades before that, all the public speaking I've done, in the past when I was running my insurance business, running networking events. There's a lot that I've experienced in this world. But yeah, probably going to have one joint bank account, and then our two individual accounts, and we can feed money to the joint account each month, right? But here's the thing, when you really love your woman and she loves you, it doesn't really freaking matter. It doesn't really freaking matter. I mean, you're in it together. Everything becomes one, right? It only becomes a problem if, one side wants to leave, and then you have to divvy up assets and stuff, right? That's when it becomes really sad. That's why you got to make sure you're with the right person that's going to grow old with you till you both die. So you really have to properly vet who you start to date before you get into it with them too deep. You seem like such a gentleman towards your girlfriend. Millennials could learn so much from you. Well, I agree with you. Maybe you're somebody I know on a soccer account, which would be no problem. I know you don't want to get trolled, and you don't have to say who you are. It doesn't matter. Thank you for being here. I don't hate millennials, and I don't hate Gen Zers. I don't hate anyone. I'm just stating what's going on, what's made a big difference, what's changed the world more than anything. It's millennial men and women, but more so the men, because the men are just not men anymore for the most part. Autism mom to 2. My daughter's a millennial, and I don't understand the dating thing. Now it seems so free compared to when I was younger. Oh, yeah. Oh, the millennials go out there and they bang everybody. No disrespect. They just go and bang and bang and bang and bang. And like, when I was on these dating apps before I met my woman, I would see women saying, I'm not looking for a one-night stand, but I'm not looking to settle down quickly either. I just want to have fun and see how it goes. When I hear women saying, I just want to have fun and see how it goes, it's telling me that, hey, I want to go and bang as many guys as I possibly can. And when the right one that I bang feels right, I'll settle for him, right? That's in essence what that's translating to a guy like me and most guys, right? Because women that really want an LTR will say, I'm seeking a long-term relationship and I'm not looking to waste my time with any game players, right? But see, that's what's going on nowadays, right? And people will take offense to me saying that, but it's the truth, right? If you as a woman, want to find true love and have a long-term relationship, you need to state that clearly in your profile. I'm seeking an LTR and only an LTR, long-term relationship. No game players, no one-night stands, no haters. That's it. But the women are saying, I'm not necessarily looking for a one-night stand, but I'm also not looking to rush into anything. I want to have fun until I find the right guy. I look at those that say, how many guys have you banged already? Right? And I'm like, next. Right? No disrespect. But you're right. Autism mom to 2. And I'm not saying that's what your daughter is doing, but I'm sure you're noticing her dating habits are different than yours were, right? Because you're probably Gen X like myself, right? Gen X, you're around my age and my lady's age. I'm 48, she's 47. Give me a second, just let some people walk on by. Boy, that dude came in on the trail before me and exited. Came on the trail after me and exited before me. He's just going really fast. I'm stopping to read the chat today, so it's taking me a little longer. We've been on for an hour and 23 minutes. Let me see here. Well, I'm not sure what's happening. I'll catch your next stream, Coach. Well, thank you, Layla. Thank you for stopping by. Jenny's laughing. You're laughing because it's the truth. You're talking about the millennials, right? You're laughing at the look. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not even trying to be funny. I know it comes off as funny. I can understand humor, right? I kill myself sometimes, right? Meaning that I kid myself. I laugh at myself, right? Or with myself. But I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just trying to state the facts. I'm trying to translate what's actually being written. I'm not looking for a one-night stand, yet I'm not looking to rush into anything serious. I just want to have fun until the right guy comes around. Translation, I want to bang as many dudes until the right one feels right to settle with. I mean, that's what it means. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's exactly what it means. Translation. You can't take offense to that. You're clearly stating what you want to do. It's the truth. If not, then don't write your damn profile that way, right? I'm only seeking an LTR. I don't sleep with just anyone. I want a respectful man that can respect me. I only want to give myself to one man, right? Why can't we put it that way? Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air very, very soon. I'm going to be cutting this off very quickly once I get to the parking lot because I got some things to do. Again, make sure you subscribe here to Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. My lady and I, at some point this week, will be going live from the studio with the topic I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. You know, women being abused on the internet. Women's vulnerabilities are being exploited. And it's something that really needs to stop. And my lady and I want to take a stance on it. It really, really needs to stop. I got a bunch of people coming, so I'm going to have to burn off this trail. It's a nice day today. It's a Monday. I'm just shocked to see so many people on the trail. Maybe it's because it's after 5 p.m. here on the West Coast and people are getting off of work and they're hitting the trail. Most people out here, they're fit because they walk the damn trail every day. You want to get fit and stay fit, just walk the trail in your area every day. Doesn't take that long and it feels good, right? Or do what I do. Do a live stream while you're walking the damn trail. Kill two birds with one stone, right? I've done 349 of these and many more on Facebook before I started them out here on YouTube. I've probably done close to 400 walking streams at least between Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to keep going. You can start your own too. All right, folks. I'm going to come around the corner here and reset the chat one more time before I shut this baby down. Any final questions, comments, or concerns? Get them in now or forever hold your peace until the next one. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We're back live. We got 12 in the box, 13 thumbs up. Thank you to all the super chats and for all the super chats today. We greatly appreciate it here. Make sure you keep it locked here. Subscribe to both channels. Coach Eli, Elias Melas is being shared by Nightbot in the chat every 7 minutes. YouTube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's the main channel. And also make sure you're subscribed here and make sure you tap the bell and you have the all selected. Select all notifications because my lady and I will be going live at some point this week, maybe sooner than you think, to do that show regarding women being abused on the internet by men. You're not going to miss it. Have a great one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.